Namaste friends, this is the Yoga Logics. We are delving into the practices of yoga these days in the Ashtanga Yoga series, and this is the last video in that segment. We have talked about the primary practices in yoga which helps us prepare our body and mind for the ultimate practice in yoga, which is meditation or dhyana. We talked about the external practices of yoga in the previous 5 videos, how to start preparing our mind through the practices of yama, the 5 moral codes of non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, non-hoarding and sexual discipline. The 5 personal disciplines of the niyamas are cleanliness, contentment, endurance, self-study and dedication. We talked about making our body strong and flexible for sitting in meditation with the help of the yoga asana practice. We also talked about the yogic breathing practices called pranayama to train ourselves for deep breathing. Then we talked about how to reduce the distractions of the mind by withdrawing our senses from the external information in pratyahara practice. Above were the 5 external yoga practices to gain certain mastery in the concentration of the mind, and these prepare us for practicing meditation as an advanced step in yoga. Till now, we talked about achieving better focus of our mind slowly and gradually by practicing the first 5 steps of Ashtanga Yoga. This video is the finale of our discussion on the yoga practices, and after this video, I'll be posting practice videos about the various yoga practices such as asana and pranayama. Also, we will talk more about mind and meditation stuff. So do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. Today's video is special as we are talking about what meditation really is. So please use your attention fully and watch the video till the end to know about this practice in yoga, which is so much talked about due to its amazing body and mind health benefits. You will come to know why this practice is considered as the highest form of the practices in yoga. Friends, meditation is so much sought after by people all around the world to better their physical and mental health, from educational organizations to sports and medicine to science. Every field has felt the benefits of meditation. The effects of meditation have been well measured by the use of science to show that it works on various levels of human well-being. We are discussing the last 3 steps of Ashtanga Yoga in today's video. These are the dharana or the concentration of mind, dhyana or meditation, and samadhi or the ultimate bliss, as it is described by the yogis of generations. We will talk about them step by step. A humble request from you all before moving ahead. If you like the video, please like and share it with those who will benefit. We are talking about the internal practices of Ashtanga Yoga today, which are dharana, dhyan and samadhi. Dharana is the single pointed focus in a particular field. For example, when we are at our work, we try to focus our attention only at our workplace and its related tasks. We attend to the matters outside our workplace only if they are of utmost urgency. For example, when we are on the playfield in a game of football, we focus all our attention only on the elements of the game, like our teammates, the other team, the football, the goalpost, etc. But we do not think about our personal life on the game field, and that is how we are able to achieve optimal results on the game field. This is dharana. During dharana, there is an effort to be made to focus our attention on the specific field of focus, which may put a strain on our mind. But when the practice becomes regular, we find it easy to focus our attention in a particular area of work, and we immediately find that the quality of our work has become better. But if we are focusing our attention only on the football in a football game, this is called meditation. It means that the field of attention in meditation is very limited on a single object and its qualities. By the practice of meditation, we train our mind to focus itself on a very narrow point of interest. By this, the other thoughts in the mind start to subside after a while of practice, and the mind only thinks about the object of focus. This gives relief to our mind from the everyday stresses and anxieties of life by gaining the power to focus our mind on a single point of thought. This object or point can be anything from a mantra to an idol or a picture of Om, the famous mantra in yoga. In meditation practice, ideally, there should not be any effort to be made to focus on a single object. But as we practice meditation regularly, the amount of physical effort in focusing the mind on the object starts to become lesser and lesser. Dharana, as a previous stage of meditation or dhyana, slowly increases the mind's power of concentration by limiting it to a certain area of interest. It reduces the number of things in which the mind is preoccupied. This way, the strain on our mind gets reduced very much, and therefore the energy it consumes to think and think repeatedly also gets reduced. One's mental strength increases and the wavering of the mind in different directions reduces considerably. Due to this, we begin to feel a peace and calm in our mental state due to the reduction in the thought activity. But dhyana takes a certain mental effort to develop the concentration of the mind. A practitioner may feel a little strain in focusing in the beginning, but as the practice progresses, the focus becomes easy and the practice begins to reach into the state of meditation gradually. During the dhyana or meditation practice, when the focus becomes easy and effortless, mind begins to be quieted down. There are less thoughts and more awareness. In meditation, the practitioner's mind is fixed only on one thing and does not arise any thoughts about other worldly matters. When the mind achieves this state, there arises a quality of blissfulness about it. The mind and the body starts to feel light and there is instant contentment of mind in any situation we are in. Our everyday work and life activities begin to feel effortless and the focus on a simple task such as talking to your spouse or listening to your boss begin to grow. The usual activities now have a quality of stableness in them. We feel grounded and the mental fluctuations are reduced. Talking about the physical benefits of meditation, the usual anxieties and stresses are reduced. The fluctuations in the blood pressure and the heart rates begin to come to a normal state. The body becomes light and flexible as the physical tensions begin to go away. The mind overall becomes positive and conducive for intellectual thinking. We talked about dharana and dhyana, which were the Ashtanga Yoga's 6th and the 7th stages of practice. Now we are touching the subject of samadhi, which is the culmination of all the yogic practices together, including meditation. When the mind quiets down in the practice of meditation and there are no thoughts in it, just the awareness remains in that state. From what the yogis have described about the state of samadhi from thousands of years, here the meditator transcends the physical and mental structure of himself and merges with the subject of the concentration in meditation. An interconnectedness between everything in the universe is experienced. The bliss and our being are experienced as one with the whole of the universe. This state is also called enlightenment. As we spoke of the state of samadhi, we must keep in mind that a yoga practitioner does not believe or disbelieve in any of the things he or she has not experienced himself. Everything is a possibility for him. Yoga is a very scientific process and it strictly forbids any kind of belief and disbelief system as we try to experience this last state on our own. Friends, when Sage Patanjali talked about these last 3 folds of Ashtanga Yoga, he didn't mean to talk about them separately. So it was necessary to give you a peek into these 3 steps in a single video. It's because the advancement in one stage automatically shows progress in the other. Here we conclude our series on the understandings on the Ashtanga Yoga with this last video. I hope it was helpful for you to get a peek into the yoga practices and develop a beginner understanding on it. I hope I was able to express my views and thoughts clearly on yoga and was able to clear out your confusions regarding the subject, if any. This series was my honest attempt at developing a clear and sound understanding of yoga practices for all the aspiring yogis all over the world. I hope I was successful in that. If by any chance during any of the videos I have hurt anyone's feelings knowingly or unknowingly, I wish to apologize and request your forgiveness. I will be more sensitive in the future. I wish you all the yogis a great practice routine and a sound physical and mental health state by the practice of yoga in your life. Do share your thoughts and opinions on the Ashtanga Yoga series or yoga in general on the comment section. I would love to know your feedbacks. Do go through the previous videos for more understanding on Ashtanga Yoga. I have given all the links in the description. We will meet next on the yoga mat this time to learn some yoga together. So do subscribe the channel for the latest updates and hit the bell icon. Till then, better your life with yoga. Om Tat Sat.